So I was thinking, what show should really need a comeback? I was thinking The Simpsons, but then I realized they're still on the air. Hey everybody, this is David, and today I'm going to be talking about Fuller House, the new Netflix series, and the revival of an old classic, and a show that I'm gonna admit I never cared too much for the original Full House, but I decided to check it up on Netflix anyways, because what else do I have to do with my life? Nothing. So basically the show is a continuation of Full House, and now it's called Fuller House because DJ is now all grown up and she married some guy with the last name Fuller. Ha! I get it, because, it's a fuller house. Not really, but okay. And yes, so Stephanie and Kimmy Gibbler, if you remember them, they move in with her to help her raise her kids. Kimmy has her own kid now. And what do I think of this show? I'm going to be honest, I actually thought the show was pretty good, I'm not lying. If you enjoy the original Full House, I think you're going to enjoy Fuller House just the same. I think it's a really nice continuation and has that flavor of the original series. And I think that, the cheesy drama and the cheesy jokes, I think they're all there that you really appreciate from the first one. I think this show actually even gets it a little bit better. A lot of the characters I really like. I'm going to admit the kids are alright. They're what you would expect from kids, right? I think the younger kid, Max, is a little annoying at times. The baby, obviously everybody finds babies adorable, and this baby is no exception. There are some funny moments with the baby, some very cute moments. The two older kids, Ramona and Jackson, they're there to play what they're supposed to play, the two older kids. And I actually like this group because it makes it very different from the original Full House, which were all three girls, right? This one adds some young boys into the mix, which gives it a different dynamic than the original series. It's not just, where the original series was three grown-up men taking care of three younger girls. This one mixes it up a little bit more, which is what I think made it a little bit more fun to watch. I do think it was great seeing the old characters again. That's the reason why you're watching this show. It's not really for the newer characters. Although if they're good, that's a bonus. But it's more for the older characters like Uncle Jesse and Danny and Joey and Becky, and as well as the kids who are now grown up and they're the leads of the show, Stephanie and DJ and Kimmy, right? So I think they make good leads. I think these women have grown and they're still pretty good. They're what you remember them from back in the day. And it looks like their acting, hasn't improved, but it hasn't gotten worse, which could happen. And I heard that, the actress who played Kimmy was worried that when she came back that her, she hasn't acted in a long time. She was worried that, she wasn't going to be good. And I felt that, no, you feel like what you were when we last saw you. That's great. I mean, you haven't improved, but you haven't gotten worse. So that's amazing. Unlike, some people like Carrie Fisher, who, I apologize. There's a lot of callbacks to the original series and a lot of, humor that if you watch the original series, there's a lot of breaking the fourth wall, I guess. Specifically in the first episode where they make a shot to the Olsen twins for not being back on the show. They're the only two that didn't come back. I mean, they even got Nikki and Alex back, the two little kids that were twins. They're all grown up now, literally. I had to check IMDb to see if those were the actual twins, and they were. They actually got those two twins back to reprise their role as Nikki and Alex, and I'm like, what? That was amazing. And Steve is back too, and every time he talks, I think of Aladdin, because he's the voice of Aladdin, get it? And that was the only reason I was actually rooting for DJ and Steve to get back together, because it's like Zach and Kelly, right? From Saved by the Bell. It's like you want Zach and Kelly together by the end of it, and you want Steve and DJ, except Steve was a little creepy in this season. Hopefully this is something they can improve next season. All in all, guys, I'm giving Fuller House an 8 out of 10. I think it was an enjoyable series, and first season, 13 episodes, it wasn't bad. I actually found myself laughing quite a lot, and not saying that all the jokes work. There are some jokes that really fell flat, but for the most part, I found myself enjoying it, and I watched it in 3 days, which means I must have enjoyed it somewhat. And so if you're a fan, I will say, if you are a fan of the original Full House, check it out. I think you'll feel like how you felt when you originally watched it back in the day. I remember watching the show when I was a kid, so that's why I guess I decided to check it out, even though I don't remember. I tried watching recent episodes. After I finished watching this season, I went back to watch the very first episode of the original series on Netflix. And cringeworthy. So I'm leaving it here, guys. It's up to you. If you love Full House, check out Fuller House. I think it's worth it. So until next time, take care.